माननीय श्री कार्तिकेय शर्मा जी।
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, this bill intends to align certain provisions of the Central Goods and Services Taxes Act 2017 with the Tribunal Reforms Act 2021. Sir, I rise to speak in the favor of this bill. So the bill is also a testimony of the resolve of Honorable Prime Minister towards streamlining of rules. More than 1,500 redundant and obsolete laws have already been done away with. And with such measures, measures are in addition to the process of enhancing administrative efficiencies in reducing the workload and the caseload. Sir, the GST has ushered in a new era of financial governance leading to enhanced financial administration. GST has not only widened the tax collection but has also led to formalization of the Indian economy. From fragile 5 to top 5, the Indian economy has travelled a long distance in the last 9 years under this government. In 2013-14, our per capita income was 68,000, which has now increased to 1,80,000 rupees in 22-23. In 2014, the capital expenditure was 3.9 lakh crores, and the Union government under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has increased it to rupees 10 lakh crores by 2023. Between 2004 and 14, tax collection was 19 lakh crores, which has now increased to 70 lakh crores in the 9 years from 14 to 23. The GST collection has reached 1.87 lakh crores in April 23, and the monthly average GST collection is 1.69 lakh crores. Our foreign exchange reserves were at 309 billion. They stand today at 593 billion. Today, the Indian stack enabling digital India is a focal point of global discussion. In financial year 23, over 103 billion digital transactions worth over 166 trillion Indian rupees of transactions across India. The number of transactions was estimated to rise up to over 411 billion by 2027 in the country, sir. These numbers are just mind-boggling. The world is flabbergasted at our success in the digital payment ecosystem. The robust new companies registration depicts strong growth intentions. Around 93,000 companies were registered in the first half of 23-24 as compared to the 59,000 5 years back. The average daily registration of new companies increased to 622 in 23-24, an increase of almost 58% from 395 in 18-19. All scheduled commercial banks' credit growth year on year has been accelerated since early 2022. Aggregate deposits grew by 13.2% and credit by 20% till September. In the coming months, we expect the credit demand to increase even further. Exceeding all expectations and predictions, India's gross domestic product has demonstrated a remarkable annual growth of 7.6% in the second quarter of financial year 24, building on a strong first quarter growth of 7.8%. The second quarter has outperformed the projections with a growth of 7.6%. The IMF in its recent report, very recently, sir, has applauded India's economic performance and has termed it as a star performer, contributing it to 16% of the global economic growth. It has lauded the country's digital public infrastructure and strong government infrastructure push for the sustained growth, and has projected India's economy to grow at 6.3% in the current fiscal year. India has emerged as an outstanding performer among major economies, showcasing resilience in the face of global uncertain environment characterized by risks related to geopolitical conflicts, fluctuating energy prices, and concerns about a potential recession. This impressive milestone further substantiates the country's unique development paradigm, a paradigm that has been a hallmark of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government in the last 9 years, set to leave an inspiring trail for other developing nations to follow. So, the Honorable Prime Minister Modi is focused on building fundamental public infrastructure first, empowering individuals to act as agents of change. We have seen the approach in the government schemes like Saubhagya, Jal Jeevan Mission, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and Ayushman Bharat, among others. Today, we have achieved 100% electrification of villages, while over 13.7 crore tap water connections make water available to 70% of our families from only 17% about a decade ago. So India is following a 4D model of development, demography, democracy and diversity. and the period till 2047 is one of the huge opportunities that Indians who are living in this era have a great chance to lay a foundation for the growth that will be remembered for times to come. For a long time, India was perceived as a nation of 1 billion hungry stomachs. But now India has been seen as a nation of over 1 billion aspirational minds, more than 2 billion skilled hands, and hundreds of millions of young people. So who are the beneficiaries of this rapid economic progress? I ask myself when I see around. It is the maids who come to our houses to assist us in our daily chores. Yes, they are the beneficiaries. Is it the gardeners? Is it the milkman and the vegetable vendors? Yes, definitely. Is it the drivers or the safai karamcharis? A big yes. Is it the watchmen in our offices? It is the employees in my firm which I can personally vouch for. It is the ST, SC, women in the weaker sections of the rural India which I travel to almost every other day. Sir, the economic progress has actually percolated down to the last person in the queue. And Antyodaya ka uday hua hai. Sir, I would like to thank the Honorable Finance Minister for addressing the concerns of the Honorable Supreme Court and being able to bring this bill to its culmination point. It is for the leadership and the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister that young Indians are thinking of coming back to India and not leaving India. The reverse brain drain, which is unheard, has begun. Modi is definitely a short form for man on development of India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kartikeya ji.